Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles Sebastian, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a hell of a show for you guys. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to hit all notifications to be notified the second we drop our content. Let's get into this topic here. So you guys know that Gilbert Arenas is one of these guys that's pushing this whole thing of he's done with the 90s and going to MJ's era and all of these different things. I even remember Gilbert Arenas saying that no player that came before the 90s can even be in his top 10, if I'm not mistaken. He's like, any player that played basketball before the 90s cannot make it into his top 10. Now, there have been many times that I've not argued. I argue with Gilbert Arenas, but strictly basketball related. We don't get into personal life or anything like that. It's always basketball. And there are times me and him go back and forth on text messaging where I'm always telling him, like, Gil, I don't agree with what you said here. I don't agree with it. And he'll say, no, you're wrong here. You're wrong here. You're wrong here. But one of the things we spoke about was this. He said, why can't we just give, and he said it on the show, Gil's Arena. He said, why can't we just give everybody their credit? Why do we always have to tear down these guys? Why can't we just give them all their credit? And I said, but Gil, you can't be serious. I mean, you can't be serious because all you do and all you've been doing is tearing down guys of the past. As a matter of fact, I believe that that was a strategy that helped you build such a strong following, because what I think is there are a lot of people, younger people, that want this era to be the best brand of basketball. And I think that what Gil figured out was, hey, in order for me to appeal to them, I need to take a poo-poo on eras that came previously. I need to go after the Jordans of the world and say this and say that and say this. And then these younger guys are going to gravitate towards him, because nobody above the age of 25 years old or 27 years old would agree with Gilbert, especially when he talks about with the MJ talk. And nobody. It's only LeBron fans and younger. Nobody believes that, right? So when he says that, I'm like, bro, but that's what you've been doing. So what happened? This morning, I came across a clip from Instagram, and I want to see if I can pull up the clip here, right? But it was a clip that was actually suggested to me on my feed, and it was a former Detroit Piston. I just want to make sure I get the name correct, because I don't want to make any mistakes. But essentially, I think it was Lindsey Hunter. Lindsey Hunter. And essentially what Lindsey Hunter was talking about was the difference between guarding Michael Jordan and guarding Kobe Bryant. And in the midst of all of that, he started to talk about some of Michael Jordan's athletic gifts. And then he went on to say Jordan was arguably the most athletic NBA player to ever live. But then in the midst of that, when I went into the comments, I saw that Gilbert Arenas was the first person to jump in and start hating on Michael Jordan. So for those of you who didn't hear what Lindsey Hunter had to say, we want to play for you now, and then we're going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to what he had to say here.
See, the difference, and people don't understand, like, Michael probably was the most athletic two-guard. Michael probably was the most athletic player, because he had a 48-inch vertical. Ooh. Michael had the highest vertical ever recorded in NBA history. You didn't know that, did you?
No.
Yeah, 48 inches. 6'6". So it was different. Vince Carter has like a 46, 44, something like that.
Oh, man.
MJ had 48. So his athleticism was totally different.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just different. It was a different guard. Kobe wasn't as athletic, but Kobe was so polished.
He was a student.
Kobe had a counter for everything you did. He was one of those guys, man, that he felt like whatever you did, it didn't matter. Like, I got something for it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that made him a tough guy.
So you heard what Lindsey Hunter had to say. Now I want to read what Gilbert Arenas said. He wrote the following. He said, cap on measured. The official measurements came in the 2000s. So Jordan, Vince, Dominique, unofficially measurements came from in-game dunks. And they gave them those numbers off that. No actually combined jump tests. So that's what Gilbert Arenas had to say. And then what ensued after that was absolute just comedy, because people started pushing back at Gil. So I want to read what one person said. He said, why Jordan Dunn gave no video jumping that high, 48 inches would be crazy dunks. Another person said, no cap, you just need notifications by doing your entire aura on trying and failing to bring down Mike. Did you not witness him be the GOAT losing to Bird? Did you not see him stamp it in the first three-peat? You saw him leave at his peak, right? Who leaves after a three-peat but Mike? You saw him come back 2 years later and win 3 more, correct? Your need for content is different. Another person said, and they using the metric system back then, so it didn't count. Then another person said, he said, you stay hating on Jordan. Damn, Gil, LeBron must pay you good money. Then one other guy said, not true. It was recorded in 1984 while playing for the Olympic team. Another person said, he said, this jigger stay hating on MJ and 90s players to D-ride LeBron. Yet LeBron don't even mess with you like that. And then another person said, dude, you just want some attention. You are starting random things without documentation or facts. It's verified, bro. What are you even talking about? Then another person said, you're really a hater. Go throw some money at Saucy, LMAO. And then another person said, you actually believe it was in the year 2000 AD they were able to have official vertical jump. Measurements. Let me see. Do we got another one? Another one said, you sound crazy. So the world started recording stuff in the 2000s. And then another person said, to hell with the stats and measurements. What I saw with my eyes wasn't a myth. You clearly didn't see none of it when it was happening. Another person says, stat man. Then it says, doesn't matter. He's more athletic than Kobe, is his point. How come there has never been anyone in the history of the league before and after that says that stays in the air the same way Jordan did? Another person said, you couldn't be more wrong. They did do a running vertical jump before the 2000s. Your vertical jump was 24 inches. So you heard what they had to say. Funny enough, when Gilbert said that, I actually tried to go online to search for myself. So here's what I found. When I Google what is Michael Jordan's maximum leaping ability, his height, his highest vertical, some information came out. One said 48 inches. Did the highest NBA vertical jump belongs to Michael Jordan with the height of 48 inches. In 1984, Jordan reportedly tested his vertical jump while playing for the U.S. Olympic team. Those in attendance support that Jordan successfully achieved a 48 inch vertical. Then I got some other articles here like Bleacher Report that also said that Jordan has a leap of 48 inch vertical. Then we have Sportskeeda, and they have Michael Jordan listed at 48 inches as well. So a lot of people are saying, a lot of publications are saying that. So the question then becomes, because Gilbert Arenas is saying that it was never measured until the 2000s. So the question then becomes, why are all of these other publications saying that? Are they just saying it because of hearsay? Or how do we know what Gilbert Arenas is saying is true? So I think what would make sense is for Gilbert Arenas to basically do a show to explain or show us where this data was only being recorded, starting at the year 2000. Otherwise, we're going to need some evidence for that, because all of the research that I've done, this same number keeps coming up from various sources. Of course, you have some outliers where people are saying different things, but for the vast majority of them, they're all basically saying that that was basically Jordan's vertical, which was 48 inches. Now back to the bigger picture. Gilbert Arenas is a Michael Jordan. Gilbert said something on his show recently, which was the following. He said that I think Brandon Jennings was there, Kenyon Martin was there, and he said something which was pretty interesting, which was the following. I think they were reacting to LeBron possibly retiring, and he said, what did he say? He said something like, when LeBron retires, there's going there's not going to be content, or there's a lot of people are not going to be making money. And then he said something that people make money supporting LeBron, and then there are people that make money going against LeBron. And once LeBron retires, all of those things are going to go away. Gilbert Arenas is hilarious. Let me actually tell you guys what the hell is really going on. I'll give you guys an example. Our channel, we are not celebrities. I'm not a former NBA player, quite obviously. We don't be having guests on our shows every single day. And it's not like star power on top of star power. It's not like, it's Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp, and everybody having a show every day. That's not it. Just us here, doing our own thing on our own 2 feet, right? No celebrity status, nothing like that. And we've done all right for ourselves without having an inorganic push, because a lot of these guys get an inorganic push regardless of the quality of the content. YouTube is going to promote their content whether or not it's good or not. Just because somebody gets a lot of views doesn't mean that their content is good. So people like us, for example, we're closing in on, I think, 100 million views. And a lot of LeBron guys have come to the channel. You need LeBron for views. And I've asked these guys, okay, listen, we have 88 million views. Can you give me a compilation of 100 LeBron videos, or give me 25 million views, videos that accumulate or that add up to, that are all about LeBron content that make up 25 million. You can't find it. There is nothing. You can ask them. They can say all they want to say. They can't find it. Do some LeBron videos do good? Absolutely. But so do other videos. So do Jordan videos. I said sports and entertainment. We talk about a range of things. As a matter of fact, our most viewed video is about the Nia Long, Ime Udoka situation. No LeBron video there anywhere whatsoever. I say that to say views are going to be there regardless, because there are always going to be things to talk about. In the case of Gilbert and these guys, the fact of the matter is they're making their name off of hating on Jordan and hating on players of the 90s. I'll give you guys an example of what I mean. If Gilbert Arenas had came out in sports media and said Michael Jordan is the GOAT, well, you wouldn't really make any headway with that, because everybody would agree with you. Most people would agree with you. But if you say Michael Jordan is not the GOAT, LeBron James is the GOAT, then you're going to generate attention. If you say 90s basketball sucked and 80s players sucked, then you get attention. You're getting views off of the fact of dissing other. You're like the 50 Cent it's like the 50 Cent of sports media. You're getting views from dissing other people. And in this case, so when you say LeBron, the only reason people are listening to Gilbert Arenas talk about LeBron is because they know he's going to push LeBron over Jordan. That is it. If he was just a LeBron guy on his own, then it's fine. But if you're a LeBron guy now saying he's better than, that's how they all work. That's the hustle. The hustle is support LeBron and then say he's better than Jordan. That's the hustle. So NBA fans, Jordan fans, other fans, Kobe fans, all of us would be like, what, this dude? And that's how you get your views. If I'm wrong, and if it's just about LeBron views, I challenge Gilbert Arenas and his entire staff to go 1 month without saying anything that is disparaging about the former era and not comparing LeBron James to Michael Jordan. Let's see how it works out. Jordan is the biggest draw in sports. Let no one confuse you. Let no one confuse you. Don't let Gilbert Arenas confuse you. There's no data that will suggest that LeBron is a bigger draw than Michael Jordan. There's none whatsoever. None. He can't find none. They can't produce none. We're not talking about clicks on Instagram and likes on it. That don't matter. The fact of the matter is Jordan is what drives this train, and that's the reason why they continue to hate on him. And then that's why, because you pander to one group and then all of a sudden you get views. So the challenge is not about will LeBron be here or not. Jordan videos do the best on our channel. Jordan's been retired for 20 years. Jordan, let me repeat it once more. Jordan videos do the best on our channel, and Jordan's been because of Jordan's appeal. So if you believe that all of these people are going to eat, I dare you to not make any Jordan or LeBron content that has anything to do with, oh, he's better than Jordan or better than this era. And let's see how it works out. Let's see how it works. The only people you have watching your show are Jordan or LeBron fans. But the minute you start dissing other people, then people tune in. It's the 50 Cent effect. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. Catch you guys on the next show. Peace.